if things don't necessarily go to plan, say in the first game, the first week, it's not the end of the world, is it? It's a long season, I guess that's the thing to emphasise.
Well, we didn't win the league in League One last year, and we won't lose it in week one this year. The fact of the matter is, you know, I think it's been an interesting start to all the divisions. There's been some interesting results in the League Cup last night, and certainly in the league at the weekend. And I feel that there's a pressure that comes with the territory we work in. But I like that pressure, and I believe that we've got probably a little bit more experience in developing that understanding of where we are and what we've got. We are trying to knit together a new squad, but likewise I'm very pleased with the way that the players are handling it. They've trained very well, they've worked hard. We couldn't have done any more with them, and given the time we've had.
Do you think people, certainly the fans, you know, there's perhaps a little bit less pressure this year because obviously there's so many big clubs, you know, throwing money at it, and people perhaps realise now, you know, there's no parachute payment, that kind of thing, and the wage bill obviously has been reduced. Do you think maybe there's a little bit less pressure this season?
Pressure's what you make of it. I think the fans, you know, they're sensible at times. They're seeing the amount of clubs that are, as you say, going for it. And it's going to be, I say, and I mean it, I believe outside the Premier League, this is the most competitive league there is. The rewards are so great, and if some clubs are throwing a little less caution to the wind and trying to, as they've, I feel probably there's been 2 clubs in the last couple of years that have done so and edged their bets and they've got up. But the scenario, perhaps, if they hadn't got up, might have been a lot different to their football clubs. So, for me, yes, we've had to be careful, but likewise, I'm appreciative of what the owners are doing now. They're in a, you know, it's a tough world, and I'm grateful for their support as always. But likewise, I think fans, as you go back to fans, because fans obviously want the best for their football club, is that the realism comes in, and you know, when you see that what some of the clubs are doing in our division, we have to be realistic. I love winning, and I want this club to be successful. We have seen a lot of changes, and people on the outside are probably writing Mansfield Town off and probably knocking us down. But inside the club, there's a picture, and although the frame might have taken a few knocks to it, we're certainly proud of what we are, and I'm certainly going to pull on the shirt with pride. My players will, and they'll be none more prouder than I am of the team that we put out on Saturday.
Yeah, obviously you've heard the news about the sort of potential investment at Forest Green this week. I think they're even talking about a couple of 3 players. Does that make it more difficult to prepare your side for that, because you know maybe they've got a bit of a buzz from that?
Yeah, well again, that gives them a huge lift, doesn't it, when you see that type of investment. As I'm sure there's one manager in the league at the minute who's spoilt for choice, maybe 2 or 3 others. But no, I think it's good for Forest Green, and I want them to be in this league. They've got a good manager, a guy who's a sensible man, and certainly you know, it's a healthier situation for Forest Green. It does give us the uncertainty if they do bring a couple of late arrivals in, if they've got that amount of money to bring in new faces, then obviously it gives us it'll be an interesting team sheet. We have a realistic view on what they've got already. I'm sure David will be saying the same to us. But likewise, it makes it even more interesting come prior to the game.
Like you say, obviously it was a position that the gaffer wanted to sort out in terms of goals that were leaked. And he's brought in a few of us. We're confident that we can obviously keep teams out. And as been shown, we've got goals in the side, so if we can obviously do our job and stop them from scoring, then I'd be more than confident that we'd always go on and win football matches. There's a lot of money that the likes of Luton and Crawley are throwing money about. The likes of Grimsby, they're pretty similar as well, aren't they? And you find that a lot of the clubs at the top of the conference are probably in a better situation than like a lot of the clubs in Division 2 anyway. So it's going to be a difficult league. We know that. But as I've said, the squad's more than capable of achieving something this year, and we're quietly confident that we'll be up there.
Mansfield were the third top scorers last year with 69 goals. How confident as a sort of forward unit are you that you can sort of maintain that kind of level?
Well, it's obviously what you brought in to do. I'm also a team player, but as a forward, if you're not scoring goals, you're not happy. I want to score goals, and I'm sure the lads do it in the team as well. And like you say, the forward line is a little bit different, but we all bring something different to the side. So hopefully the goals will come.
Yeah. In terms of the first game, obviously you mentioned it's nice to get off to a good start. How difficult is it going to be though with Forest Green? I think they've just had some sort of money pumped into them this week. Perhaps maybe one or two new players on a bit of a high. I mean, is that going to make it more difficult?
It's always going to be a tough game. I mean, first game of the season, people are a little. What I've experienced, people can be a little bit edgy as well. The fans can be wanting a good start, and it's just got that different sort of feel to what it is pre-season. But like I say, we are confident. We've worked hard. We've got our fitness there, and hopefully we can get a result. But it's not going to be easy. Like you say, Forest Green are a decent side.
Yeah, I don't think you've actually played a senior game yet at Phil Mill. How important is it to you as a striker and as a player to kind of win the fans over and have a good relationship with them?
Yeah, I mean, it helps, doesn't it? If the fans are behind it. So far the fans have been fantastic. What I've seen supporting the team, they've turned out in numbers, like even up at Buxton, which is quite a trek away. And on a Saturday afternoon in pre-season, and they've turned out in numbers. So you can tell the fans are passionate about the team, and they really deserve a bit of success.
Yeah. You got 4 or 5 different players who could play up front with you. Any preference, or are you happy playing with anyone?
For me, I've got to play myself. So I'm not sort of just saying I'm going to play, or I've got to work hard and get in the team. And there's a lot of good competition here, so you can't just relax and expect you're going to play every week. You've got to do it in training, and when you do get a chance, you've got to take it.
Yeah. Signed Luke Medley this week. You'll probably have seen a bit more of him than perhaps we have, and some of the fans. What have you made of Luke so far?
Yeah, excellent. Young lad, so he's hungry for a chance, and it shows he's got good ability. Pace is there for everyone to see. With that run he had the other night. Hooked on, I think it was.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's exciting prospect.
Yeah. Lovely. Thank you very much.